Hello everybody, welcome back to Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. In our last episode, we took down each animatronic and used the parts we stole from them to upgrade Freddy. Using our upgraded Freddy, we can now get every secret and get all the different endings in the game. Before we get started, I want to quickly announce that I've started a Patreon and a Buy Me a Coffee. If you've been watching and enjoying my content for a bit now, feel free to stop by. Buy Me a Coffee will allow you to send me a tip starting at just $1, and my Patreon is currently set at $5 and will get you some cool perks. You'll get your name at the end of my videos for the month of donating, you'll get access to my list of upcoming ideas and be able to vote on what's coming out next, and I plan on expanding with some more features in the future. Since I just opened it and want to test this feature, I have a vote on there right now that's free to anyone. This vote is for the next video that will come out. If you're worried about missing out on something on the list, don't worry. Everything on the list will be made. This just helps me know what you guys are more interested in. Both links should be in the description, or they can be found on my channel link section. While you're down there in the description, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for listening. Now back to Security Breach. Let's start with the secrets. Now I'm not going to show every secret in the game, I just want to show some hard to reach or interesting ones. Let's start with the one that made me almost restart my save from the beginning. The gift hiding in the daycare. With Roxy's eye upgrade, we can see any collectible in the game, and coming back to the daycare made me realize that I had missed something. Oh, why don't you just go back in? Someone might be asking themselves right now. Well, you can't. At least, not normally. You see, after getting kicked out of the daycare, if you go back to the slide to re-enter, the daycare attendant does this.
Security alert! Security alert! Woo, 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 woo.
But we can glitch our way back in. If you lose sight of Freddy and stand at the door with your back towards it while calling Freddy, he actually gets called into the daycare. Using this, all you have to do is adjust your position slightly so Freddy is right up against the door, look through the crack, and press the button to enter Freddy. Now that we're in, we can grab the gift and use the same glitch to get back out. The next set of secrets are all back at the beginning of the game where Monty chases you into the security office. They all require you to have either Monty's claw upgrade or Chica's voice box. Except for one. Heading through this steam, you'll actually find a secret area that you'll need both upgrades to get to. Reaching the end of the hall, you'll find a dead end, but if you use Freddy's eyes, you'll see that this wall has something to it. Using the fast cam reveals the secret room, similar to the room from Sister Location, with some pretty important changes. First off, the wallpaper has a strange design on it, which is actually a puzzle that reveals a poem. Second, the room contains a strange machine on the wall. While exploring the Pizzaplex after 6, you can find these mysterious discs which can be played in the machine after collecting. In total, there are 16 discs around the Pizzaplex. After playing, you'll realize that they are recordings of therapy sessions. They don't all belong to the same character, however. One set belongs to Vanessa, and the other belongs to an unknown person who never speaks. Most of the community thinks this person is Gregory, but with the person on the disc not speaking, it's hard to tell. The next few secrets are a few more Easter eggs scattered throughout the Pizzaplex. Nothing much to them, but interesting enough to at least mention quickly. There's the room in the tunnels where there's a projector surrounded by roots. I believe this is a reference to the Curse of Dreadbear. This room intrigued me because I thought there was a way to turn all the screens on or off, but nope, it's just a reference to Build a Mangle minigame in the VR game. The final secret I'm going to go over is this poster. We can find this poster in the daycare theater. The poster here holds a secret. If we find all the character cardboard cutouts around the Pizzaplex and take a picture of each of them, the poster opens to reveal a hidden door. Going into the room, we find an arcade cabinet for Balloon World. The game is similar to Flappy Bird, if anyone watching remembers that, but has a secret in it. You can actually cause Balloon Boy to clip through the platforms and enter this distorted world. Following the path leads us to this. Well, since I don't know what that is, why don't we start going over the endings of the game? And since we just did the Balloon World arcade cabinet, let's do the Princess Quest ending first. The Princess Quest ending has you go around the Pizzaplex finding arcade cabinets of a game called Princess Quest. There are 3 different cabinets that you need to find for this ending. The first cabinet is found in the back of Roxy Raceway. This game has you run around as the princess, avoiding enemies while getting collectibles to continue. It ends with your character walking into a trap from this purple glitch monster that many people think is Glitch Trap, the antagonist from Help Wanted. The second cabinet is found at the end of the long hallway where the DJ chases you. This game gives you a sword to fight back against the enemies this time. After making your way through, the door at the end has a purple glitch on it, and when you go through the door, leads you into what looks like the FNAF 1 security room. And the final cabinet is found when you go to one of the exits and choose the Vanny ending. After choosing the Vanny ending, we first see Gregory and Freddy in Phaser Blast, surrounded by staff bots. Vanny pushes a button and tells the staff bots to disassemble Freddy. Afterwards, Freddy's pushed down and all the staff bots are seen ripping him apart. We then have to run through this backstage area past all the other animatronics to reach Vanny's hideout. Princess Quest 3 has you running around a broken down Freddy's location. After collecting the key and unlocking Foxy's stage, we find a door that looks a lot like the door from Help Wanted that you get locked behind by Glitch Trap. After reaching the cabinet and playing the game, we are met with a comic-styled animation of all the staff bots shutting down and the Vanny mask left on the ground. Gregory leaves the building and waits outside with Freddy's head for Vanessa to also exit. Afterwards, all 3 are sitting on the top of a hill, eating ice cream and watching the sunrise. From what I've seen other people talk about, this is our main ending for the game. This ending helps lead into the Ruin DLC, the best. But you don't have to play Princess Quest when choosing Vanny at the exit. If we reach the same room with Princess Quest and instead turn to the desk and push the button, we get this ending. Vanny and the staff bots surround Gregory, and with no other option, Gregory hits a button and tells the staff bots to disassemble Vanny. Gregory then slips past the staff bots while Vanny screams for help. Gregory then goes to Freddy's side just before he runs out of power, giving one more superstar before powering down. Now let's go over what happens when you choose the leave option at the door instead of the stay or Vanny options. There are actually 3 different leave endings depending on the door you leave from. The front door shows Gregory leaving by himself and running down an alley. With nowhere to go, Gregory finds a box to sleep in for the night and uses a nice warm newspaper to cover up. The newspaper shows that there are many people who are going missing lately, while Vanny seems to have caught up to Gregory. Well, we have 2 other exits, so hopefully one of those is more hopeful. When exiting from the docks, we see Gregory and Freddy stealing a van. Gregory runs over a map bot and leaves the property of the Pizzaplex. We then see Freddy lose battery power and shut down next to Gregory. Gregory pulls over and hooks Freddy up to the car battery, and together they drive off into the sunset. The final exit ending comes from the VIP emergency exit. After exiting, we see Freddy having an existential crisis. He then begins lighting the toys on fire, and both him and Gregory make their way to the roof. They reach the roof only to find Vanny waiting for them. Only this time, Freddy can see Vanny with Roxy's eyes and throws himself and Vanny off the roof. Gregory runs to the ground to find Freddy and Vanny lying on the ground. Gregory removes Vanny's mask Scooby-Doo style and reveals that Vanny is Vanessa. Shocker, I know. If you stay after the credits, you'll get to see Vanessa back at the top of the roof while the building is on fire. Not sure what that's supposed to mean exactly. That leaves us with just one final ending, the burn trap ending. This is the only ending that requires all 3 Freddy upgrades due to it hiding behind 2 fence gates requiring both Chica's voice box and Monty's claws. We start by finding this door in Roxy Raceway and make our way down towards the elevator through the fence gates. After entering the elevator, Freddy tells us that the elevator seems unstable and may only survive a single trip. Of course, being an irresponsible kid, we take the elevator down to the hidden underground section of the Pizzaplex. Once reaching the bottom, we find what looks like the original Freddy Fazbear's Pizzeria location. Why would this be hiding under the Pizzaplex? Once turning on the generators and making our way past the 2 peekaboo animatronics, we enter the pizzeria and head down the sinkhole in the center of the room and find the Blob. This guy is a combination of all the previous animatronics from the old games melted down into one horrifying creature. We then break through the floor and find a secret underground facility where we can assume that Vanny has been hiding some of her most important secrets. Here's one of those secrets now, and the reason why this is called the Burn Trap ending: the remains of Springtrap, now known as Burn Trap. Burn Trap then uses his psychic powers to start hacking Freddy and sends the other animatronics after us. Or at least that's how it's supposed to go. While playing, I only managed to see Chica and Roxy. Chica shows up for a second and then goes away after you close the door. Roxy, on the other hand, is a different story. Freddy says to hide from Roxy because the doors won't help against her, but she never leaves. She's blind, so it makes it easy to avoid her. But she doesn't go away, so Monty never shows up, and you have to fend off Burn Trap with Roxy in the room. Oh, and to stop Burn Trap, when Freddy starts getting hacked, you have to find Burn Trap on one of the monitors and hit the button to activate burners in the room he's in. After hitting the button enough times, we're treated to a nice animation, where Burn Trap is grabbed up by the blob and the place begins to burn. Gregory and Freddy are then seen running towards the exit. Afterwards, we see both Freddy and Gregory sitting on a hill, watching the sunrise. And that is the end of Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach. While the franchise is great in my eyes, this game could use some work with the glitches still in it almost 2 years after release. I'm just glad it's all over. Oh, come on! Thank you for watching to the end. Check out my Patreon to vote on which video idea you would like to see me post next, and if you liked what you saw, don't forget to hit the like button. Also, if you're a part of the 98% of people who watch me but aren't subscribed, consider subscribing to get more of my content. It really helps me out. Here are 2 more videos from me that you'll also enjoy. One is picked by me, and the other is picked by YouTube. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye!